Hello and welcome back to the Weekend Gardener. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm just back from my summer holidays. Had a lovely time in the Caribbean, but now it's back to the plots, and while I've been away everything's gone absolutely crazy. I couldn't get into the greenhouse, it was that full, so I've had to trim back a lot of the leaves on the tomatoes and the melons, and there's quite a few things that are ready to be harvested. I've already taken some cauliflower and I've taken up my onions, or the majority of them anyway, but there's still a bit more to do, so I'll take you on a quick look around and then we'll get all the things harvested. But it's a little bit rainy today, so we'll be doing it between showers. So we're in the small polytunnel now, the one that I erected this year, and these are all the Roma tomatoes. I've had to trim them back a lot. I literally couldn't walk up the central path, it was that full. So I've taken all the lower leaves to improve the airflow, but there's a lot of fruit on there. Now that the leaves are gone, the sun can get to them and hopefully ripen them off a little bit. And the watermelon plant is doing quite well down there. That was all covered over, like I say, with all the leaves, so I've just taken off what I can. This is the only big mama plant that I grew this year. The rest of these in here are Roma, but as you can see, the fruit on that are enormous. Hopefully they'll ripen up nicely. Right, let's go and have a look in the second greenhouse and see what's in there. In the second greenhouse now, and you can see the melons. I've just spent 10 minutes sorting these out, tidying them up a little bit. These are Emir melons, as you can see. There's quite a few forming and just getting going. Cape gooseberry is doing very well. One of the plot neighbours noticed it was flopping over a little bit the other day. I think it's snapped at the stem, but they've secured it, so it seems to be doing all right. There's another watermelon in there and a volunteer tomato. The watermelon's got all the way around the base, and the irrigation system seems to be working well. And here, these are my Zebrune shallots. They're enormous actually. I wasn't expecting them to be quite this big, but while I've been away everything seems to have done well. I've got 5 cauliflower and they're all a good size. I just put my hand in there. I don't want them enormous, they're perfect for what I need. A couple of courgettes. That's one of my giant Kelsey onions. Oh, sorry, not Kelsey, Elsey. And then just in there, a couple of red onions and a few more courgettes. So that's what's going on in here. We'll go down to the main plot and have a look at the polytunnel and greenhouse in there. Now we're in the main polytunnel, and the tomatoes are doing really well in here, as always. These are San Marzano, these first 2 plants here. Pineapple pig. These are the ones that I was sent through for the taste challenge by Gang Gang and Peanuts. There's lots of fruit coming on those. Yes, another pineapple pig, so I think that tomato's ready to come. There's not a huge amount of fruit on here, but what is there is quite large. Accordion cherry. Again, lots of fruit. The fruit's actually that heavy, it's bending the branches, so I've just supported them. I'll have to do a few more. One more in the corner, I can't see the label for that. These are the cabbages, but the leaves are absolutely covered. If I can find them, there we go. Covered in caterpillars. So what I'm going to do shortly is I'm going to collect all them up and give them to the chickens on one of my neighbour's plots. The crystal cucumber isn't doing very well. It's got some fruit on it, but it just seems to be rotting off as it goes. Zephyr squash is doing okay. These are some of the bell peppers that I just put in pots. All I've done is sunk them into a pot with a wick that runs through the pot into the tub in the bottom. Keep that filled up with water, just a self-watering system. Loads of sweet peppers, volunteer tomatoes, some more watermelons, which I promised to a plot neighbour, but they've never come to collect them, so they're just staying there. Cucumber and a few more bits and bobs. And the grapes are starting to turn purple, which is quite nice. There's quite a few bunches on there, so we should have a decent crop. These are the rest of the onions that I pulled up, just drying out. I did have onion white rot in the bed, so I've probably lost 40% of my onions, but there's plenty there to go at. I've got some more over here, just curing out of the rain. So I'm probably all right for onions for the year. And then into the main greenhouse. The Gertie Curtie is doing quite well. Let's have a look what this one is. Oh, it's a Dirty Curtie as well. Well, that can't be right because they're two completely different plants. So that one's been labelled wrong. Again, melons are all doing really well. Some Metallica tomatoes, which were sent to me by Annie. They're growing really well. There's various melons, and the eggplants or aubergines are all producing fruit, so I should be able to take some of them away with me today. And there's a lone Scotch bonnet that was overwintered. That's just growing away nicely over there. And also, before I set off, I wasn't sure what it was, but I just popped it through the window. Seems to be some sort of pumpkin, so we'll have a look at that from the outside. And there we go. It's come through the greenhouse. It's just growing along the roof. It's got a couple of fruit just forming. While we're at here, might as well have a look. These are the French beans. This is the third generation of Pongo beans, ready to be harvested. We've got the climbing purple French beans. Another pumpkin. Some cabbages that are ready to be harvested. Some broccoli, which is probably a week off. Now, the unfortunate thing is, while I was away, something has eaten virtually all of my carrots. I spoke to another plot neighbour and they said they've had the same problem. They had a couple of rows of carrots in and they've just gone. So something's found its way in and just eaten them all. So hopefully the ones on the other plot will do okay. It's a little bit disappointing because they were ready to be harvested. I should have taken them before I went away really, but the plan was to just take them as I need them. These potatoes are ready to come up. I'll get them done today if I can. These are Wilger. And then the main crop are still going just about. Some are starting to die off. And then while I was away, the majority of the broccoli in this bed has come up and gone to seed. There's probably a couple, 2 or 3 that I can save, but the rest of them just need taking out. Sunflowers doing okay. In the fruit cage, we're starting to get some raspberries, and the black currants and gooseberries are all ready to be harvested. While we're outside, we'll go back to the second plot and have a look what's up there. This is the squash house, as I'm calling it. I've got a couple of cucumber plants running along the back. They're all doing okay, they just need tying in. Some form of squash, not 100% sure what it is. Another cucumber, courgette, some sort of summer squash. And then these are I've got Crown Prince and Queensland pumpkins in here, as well as a few weeds, but I'm just going to leave these to do their thing. Get a nice soak in. Apparently we've had some really warm weather while I've been away, and they seem to be enjoying it. There's lots of fruit appearing. We'll just let them get on with it. I'm going to take that cucumber home with me as well. Let's have a look at the rest. This is the bed where the onions were. I've taken them all out now, I've just left the leeks in. Got another squash plant in there. These are Cape gooseberries, which have exploded. Tomatillo. 2 volunteer pumpkins. No idea what they are. They're the parsnips. Carrots haven't done particularly well. A lot of them have died off. They've not been watered, I don't think, while I've been away. So I've just popped a few more seeds into each, and hopefully they'll come through. Work my way around. I'll show you the rest of the Ailsa giant onions, and these are just going to be left in the bed. They're probably ready for harvest already. So if I've got time today, I'll see if I can get these out. That's probably the biggest one. It's not huge by the standards of some of the people, but it's the biggest onion I've ever grown. And these are the giant leeks, which were said to reach 6 feet. Well, they're a good way off that now. They're probably 3 at best. Right, let's go and have a look at the other beds. This is the bed where the cauliflowers were. There's 2 still in there, but they've blown, so I've just left them. Got some kohlrabi, and this is the main harvest of broccoli, so hopefully these will be okay. Quite happy that they haven't started to produce fruit yet, because it's at least given me a chance to catch them before they go too far. Not sure what's in here. These are some carrots that I sowed just before I went on holiday. A lot of them have come through, which is quite good, so that should hopefully replace the ones that I lost. This is where one of the giant onions was. A couple of shallots. Some more parsnips. These should be quite good actually. The first 2 here were transplanted, and they were a good length before I put them in, so hopefully they've not rotted. Some more carrots, another giant onion, and some peas that I'm letting go to seed. So I'm just going to leave the top off this now so we can have a good drink. It's been undercover for 2 weeks. Surprised I've got done as well as they have, to be honest. So first thing to do is harvest the Wiltshire, and with these I've just used a bulb planter to put a hole into the soil around about 6 inches deep. Planted 1 tuber in each, and then as the potatoes started to form on the top, just to stop the sun getting to them and turn them green, I just put a couple of tubs full of compost on top. So they should come out reasonably easy, but we'll see how we get on. Crop of Wiltshire second early potatoes. They're not quite as good condition as I hoped they'd be. I've got a bit of scab on them, but once you've peeled them, they should be fine. So I'm just going to leave them there for a couple of days to dry out and cure. I'm going to put the cover on top, and then put a sheet off to keep the rain off them. And then I think in that bed I'm going to put some beans in. I'm just going to leave them to grow, and then before they start to flower, just cut them off, cover the bed over, and leave that till next year. I've got that many beds, I don't need to worry about keeping them all going. Just use the beans as a cover crop really. So I'll get the cover on and the plastic sheet, and then I'm going to have a look at the broccoli. Quite a nice little harvest. I've got 5 good sized cauliflowers, black currants, a few sweet peppers, tomato, raspberries, gooseberries, some cooking apples, broccoli, aubergine, and some onions. That's a nice little starting harvest, first of the year. So I'm just going to get all this taken home now and see what I can turn it into.